Welcome back, guys, to your new favorite podcast, the group chat. You're sitting here with Too Funny for Free, and we're back with yet another episode. This is your boy Thomas.
I'm Savannah.
It's Jamila.
And I'm Gerald.
All right, and we're here today to start off with the ick of the week. So I feel like this ick is near and dear to my heart. When somebody doesn't give me the nigga nod in predominantly white spaces, I look for that. Like when it's not a lot of us and I'm somewhere corporate or somewhere just in general, like it's good. It's a reassuring feeling to see another nigga and get that nod. Be like, I see you, brother. I see you. Or hey, if some shit go down, but how y'all feel about that?
I don't know if I give nigga nod.
Nigga nod. Yeah,
but
for women, what's the version of that?
Look, sister check.
That's not a bad.
I don't know, but for me, it's more so like if I see another black girl, specifically in other white spaces, it's kind of like a,
It's like a little smirk.
hey girl, like a little,
a little.
Just it's a smirk. It's a little, it's a little an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I see you, we see each other.
Or it could be a wink. I don't know how to wink, but some people wink at you.
I don't know how.
I never.
Not in a bad-
Somebody winks
in 2024,
like one
I
eye,
don't know how
like
that'll
one
go.
A
eye.
wink, like a I see you, like a is that?
No, I don't think we could do a wink.
Ain't no winking
Well,
going on.
I just
For men,
well,
Not for men.
Not for
well.
men. Maybe women.
Maybe women.
I mean, I think it depends. If it's kind of like okay, now that I'll
Like a
click.
little-
But if it's like
That's
me?
different. That's
Oh,
different.
like then I might think, oh my gosh, she wants me. I don't know, but I
Maybe not a
definitely be looking for the because there's black folks
Right.
and then there's us.
Yeah.
But
Every
maybe
folk, not
you know
kinfolk.
what? Maybe
That's right.
I need to look at it differently in that if I don't get the nigga nod, I
You
know
know.
that ain't the nigga for me.
That's it.
Immediately.
Maybe
Because I think that one thing I think for sure is that no matter what black person you are, you know what that means. And I feel like by
Right.
you not doing that, you're telling me, oh, I'm not one of
I'm
you
not one of you.
niggers.
Yeah.
and stay away from me.
That's it.
I'm one of the good
Hell
ones.
on.
You could just mean that they minding their business though,
Here comes
right?
Gerald.
Okay,
Gerald, are you giving nigga nods?
I do give nigga nods,
Okay.
but I don't call
All
it
right.
nigga nods. I call it tipping my hat. Like if I see you, or
No, I literally just
That's
made that up
essentially
when I
what
thought
that
of the
is.
when I thought
Oh,
of the
okay.
idea. It's not a
the same thing,
It's
though.
not a
It's not
term that
nothing-
everybody
yeah.
uses. I just was
Yeah,
thinking about
yeah.
it and I called it the nigga nod.
yeah.
But that's what it
I
is.
do that though. I do
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do that. It makes me feel more comfortable when
Right.
somebody's looking at me, like when it's all predominantly Caucasian area or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see a black man, all right, brother, you got your family. That's kind of what you're saying in your mind.
Yeah. Like, I see you.
All right, brother. Yep, you look good. All right, good family. All right, nice shoes. Yep, nice to see you. That's essentially what
Right,
you're
right,
saying.
right.
We get into that age.
That reminds me of like them videos of when like Barack Obama was like in a line of people, like whenever he
That-
handshake white people.
Yeah.
That's what it
On a
is.
small scale, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing in our
Yes,
heads.
what it
yes,
is.
yes.
So do y'all do that too? Do y'all like specifically dab up black folks and then like white folks get a handshake or?
No, that is my form of that.
No. If we're in a corporate space, I'm gonna treat everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be, what's going on, my brother? All right, I don't want to do too much because that still looks like a way.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Right.
you know, you dibble and dabble, do both. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all do in the Caucasian space? Do y'all-
Ooh, well, to be honest, I'm not in Caucasian spaces a lot anymore, especially out of school. To be honest with you,
Right.
I'm really not. But also I'm not a physical contact kind of person in general. I honestly hate physical contact. It kind of just makes me cringe. I've just always been like that. And I was just talking about this. I've had to get into like shaking hands because it's that's a thing. And I literally, my skin peels back every time I have to do it.
I can't stand shaking women's hands.
I can't stand shaking hands, period.
I hate
don't
it. I
like
feel
shaking
so
women's
awkward.
hands.
It's not natural to me. Like, it's just not natural for me at all.
Right.
And like,
Yeah, it's not.
I've become more comfortable with it because I've done it so much now. And like, I know that people look for that. Like, when they're coming to meet me for different things and I can see them, I'm like, oh, I gotta do it. Damn. Like, damn, I really gotta do it. But like, as far as women, I haven't really. A lot of women like to hug.
Right.
Oh God,
I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
I'm a
I'm a
hugger.
hugger too, though. I'm a
I
hugger.
see
Like-
a woman like, and we're in the space.
Nice to
and
meet
somebody
you.
gets to- I like to give a hug.
And
Off
people-
the
meet.
hug, you
Yeah,
know,
and
off
people be
the
wanting to
meat.
shake my hand. I'm like, I'm not gonna shake your hand, but I'll give you a hug. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll give
and-
you
Yeah, little side hug.
not
I
anybody
hate
though,
hugs.
Here's a little
I really
predicament
do.
I was in recently, and I'm gonna try to be as Okay, I'm gonna just tell you a story. We were in a group of people, and we were all dabbing each other up, introducing each other, and there was a masculine presenting woman there. So at first I went in for the dap, then I went in for the hug, and it just was awkward. And I was just like, I don't know what to do right here. It just go, all right, just give me a hug. So I was just like, damn, like I gotta be conscious of that now, reading the room, because usually it's just, male, female, but now you have to think like, damn, is it a dap up? Is it a side?
Yeah. How does that person want to be approached?
But I guess it's just something you just learn as you just continue to meet people.
Yeah, it's awkward because like I know that I'm not a hugger, but I know so many people are. So I'm gonna give you that hug.
Right, do
but
my hugs make you uncomfortable? Because
I'm
thinking. Right, I'm like, damn. Do I need to hit you with a?
They don't. It's okay. So I don't know how to explain it. Like, okay, this only makes sense to my head. I don't know. It's just always been what I thought. For me, hugs are for when you don't see people often. If I see you, why we hug? I just seen you.
But
yesterday.
I don't see y'all often,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see y'all often, so it's like I don't mind it. It's not. Okay. I'm not gonna be like, ugh. It's like it's cool. Like, even with my like female friends who know I don't like her, I'm gonna give you a hug anyway, bitch. I'm like, okay,
hold on now, I know I give you a hug,
and that's my baby.
All right,
that's the only exception she got.
That's my baby.
I'm gonna hug you anyway.
You don't
Sorry.
No, me and my family does. They're not like we're just not big huggers in that sense. Like that's now, I will say like my dad is starting to get into hugs more. I guess because he's getting older. I'll be like, okay, what's going on? But like as far as me and my siblings, people think me and my siblings are so weird because we do not be saying "I love you" and we do not hug at all. But we're very, very close. Right. But it's just kind of it's like what's up, bitch? Like I don't know. Bye. Like we don't. It's just not. That's just not our relationship. Like we don't even say bye on the phone. We just start clicking. Boop, boop.
Oh no.
We don't even say bye. I'll be done, and then we'll I was done talking.
Even if you was cut off and somebody was like, they'll call back. Hey, I love you too.
That's so sweet. I love that for y'all.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the way you were raised. Because I wasn't. We weren't as affectionate as we probably should have been, but now we're getting more into it. Like we say, "I love you" a lot more. We get more hugs. So I understand. I relate.
But like when my siblings are going through, like say if my brother sends us a long dramatic text message and I tell him I love him, like, oh, he's in the mood.
Right. And that's what you should do.
And that's what you should do.
I'm sorry,
I was raised in a very affectionate household.
Same.
Were you?
That's so sweet.
That's a blessing. Household. We started to say "I love you" in recently. Because I'm gonna be honest, I picked that up from a friend. Like he was talking to his brother, he was like, "Bro, I love you." And I was just like, "Damn, I don't even tell my brothers and my dad that when I get off the phone." I would tell my mom that because that's my mom. We always had that relationship. But I was like, for the males in my family, I realized I wasn't as affectionate, and just in general, even with some of my friends and stuff. Like I remember when some of my homeboys, all right, bro, love you. You ain't my family. Well, you ain't my brother. You ain't my mama. But I had to realize, like, it's okay to have that type of affectionate, relationship or words with the guy as well, whether that's your homeboy or your dad or your brother. Like, I've learned that over the past few years, I would say for sure.
Definitely. It's very sweet, and like, I don't know what it is. It just makes me uncomfortable, to be honest with you. And maybe I need a little bit more therapy for that. But that's just how I've always been. Like, I'm very much walking in a room and I'm like, hey. Oh, okay.
Good evening.
I know people. I know the hug is the thing to do, and I know like the hug is the thing to do. So I'm gonna do it, and I'm never gonna make somebody feel awkward for trying to hug me because that's a me problem, and I know that. Like I'm not gonna be like, ugh. Like stiff somebody, even though a bitch did that to me, and it still fuck her because I'm like, bitch, I don't even like hugs, and I'm gonna give you a hug, and you gave me a stiff, like, fuck you, bitch. That shit pissed me off. Like, bitch, I don't even do hugs, bitch. Fuck her.
That was OD.
Y'all ready to get into our topic for the day?
Yeah.
All right. So the topic of discussion today is supporting friends' businesses. Do you all support your friends' businesses and family businesses, and do you feel obligated to support their businesses? That's the question of the topic today. Savannah, what do you think? Savannah, what do you think? Do I have to support you because I am here and I seen your post on the gram?
Yes.
And I have to click it and I have to
engage. If you see a Savannah Says post and you don't like it,
I don't like
I don't like you.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you share my post? Mm-hmm. Now some stuff, if you don't agree or you just, it's not your cup of tea, okay. Right. If you support on the back end, you support on the back end. And some people do that.
Yeah.
It may not be, depending on whatever it is, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I like to share, and it can do anything. It can do numbers. You never know what your share might do for somebody's business. So I think it also just depends too on what that business is. Now, if you promoting bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Definitely.
But who
Yeah.
knows this bullshit? Is it? It may be.
Well,
it can look like
Everybody feel
bullshit.
My baby
they-
is
they-
beautiful.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
My love may be real love, and I may be the puppy. You may be looking at it, and it's like that ain't really real. But it's the same with business.
I think it just
right?
depends on the person too. Like
it just depends on the person. I also think it depends on like maybe the relationship with the person. Like
Mhm.
maybe I know somebody from afar and it's just like, you know, oh, like that's cool. Like I'll, you know, give like I'm glad that people are doing the thing that they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm always like proud of people for doing the stuff that they want to do for the most part.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to support, I'm you know, as somebody with, you know, a business, I totally understand wanting that support.
Right.
Because you feel like that validation, like, okay, people are really, you know, engaging with the content, people are, you know, sending money, or people are, you know, showing up and showing out. So it makes you feel good that like your hard work is being shown. But on the other hand, and I heard this and I was like, that's valid. You also have to recognize that sometimes your friends and family is not your target audience. And if they're not your target audience, you cannot be mad if they don't support in all of the ways. And sometimes just liking a post is the support that you're going to get from them. And that doesn't mean that they don't want you to succeed, but it's like, you're not going to always buy something that you may not want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody shows their support differently. Now, granted, I love when people do it anyway, even if it's not something, you know, that you going above and beyond, cool. But you can't, you're gonna be stuck in a hole trying to fight and force your family and friends to buy into something that they may not be wanting to. And instead you should focus your power on your actual target audience.
And your product.
Yeah.
Somebody
shit
said
good.
that, and that's real shit, Jamila, because somebody said that to me too. They were like, "You're talking more specifically, your target audience shouldn't be your parents, like shouldn't be your family. You should be trying to get customers and views from strangers, because those are the people who are day in and day out want to be supporting your business. You don't want a business where it's 100% your family buying this and your family doing this. Your goal is to get strangers that you don't know to buy whatever product or service that you're selling. So that should honestly be the goal. But you know, I do see how, you know, people can feel like, damn, so and so's not supporting or XYZ. But I do want, just to play devil's advocate a bit, sometimes I feel like maybe it shouldn't be as much pressure if they don't do it every time. But as long as you see that support, and you know, every now and again they may do reposts, but I don't feel like there should be a gun in somebody's head like every time. Make sure you ain't repost this shit. You ain't repost the repost of the repost. You better post much. And it's like, okay, you know, you got 5 posts every day. Like I can't flood my feed now with your content. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who put out content 5-6 times a day. You know what I'm saying?
More
based on their
power to
business. And more power to you, but you can't expect me to then post every time you drop something. You know, kudos to you. I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna put the flames. My nigga, I'm gonna watch it. But shit.
It's tough trying to support somebody that, you know, you love and care about. Maybe family, friends, but what if I don't really support what you are doing? I love you and I want to support you, but I don't really support what you are doing. In terms and cases like that, for me, it's like, maybe I should tell you, I really don't like your painting. But if you're asking me, if you want my opinion and if you would like my expertise, I can help you in these ways, but I cannot help you by buying your paintings. I just don't know nobody who paints, so that's why I don't want to step on my toes.
That was safe.
That's a safe thing for me personally. But everything else, from rapping to businesses to cutting hair to doing nails, lashes, makeup, any type of detailing for your car, we know people who do all that shit. So it's like, if your product not good, I don't have to support it. But if you ask Gerald, I'm going to give you an honest opinion. I'm going to say, this is why I don't support this.
That's real.
And I can support you in this way.
Yeah.
That's a better way of thinking about it for me. But what about y'all? Do y'all support businesses and people that you love, but not the business that they provide?
I don't really think I know nobody that. I don't think I've come to that crossroad either. Like, one business I'm always support is Juicy Jerk. I'm gonna go
shout out to Juicy Jerk.
Shout out
to Juicy.
That rib.
Hello.
Don't get them out. Get
On
the
Memorial
hot.
Drive.
Absolutely.
I've been in that situation, but it wasn't somebody I was close with, so I didn't feel bad about it. But I'm gonna give you the real tea on it. This person I went to school with, so we ran into similar circles. Follow each other on Instagram, whatever. He randomly started being very vocal about being not only a Republican, a conservative, like, and I mean in the worst way. Headlining for Donald Trump and things like that.
Wow.
And I was just like, ew. Like, sure, you're making all this money doing all these things. You're going on conventions. You're doing quote unquote big things. You're definitely elevating in that space.
Right.
I don't support that, and I don't feel sorry for it. Now, if that was somebody that was actually close to me, I would be like, the fuck is going on?
What's wrong with you?
How the hell we end up there with racist? Now, as it relates to specifically like businesses, there's definitely been situations where I've been in a position where I know I probably wouldn't buy the product, or I probably wouldn't enlist in the service because it's not something that I'm like I do or whatever. But like, every now and then, I may repost, especially if you have a special one on, a sale or something like that.
Yeah.
I can do that, but I don't ever feel required to do all of these things. I also think it shouldn't be transactional. Like, your support shouldn't be transactional. Like, okay, well, I did this for you, so why haven't you done it?
Right.
So did you do it for me because you supported or because you wanted something back?
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of relationships are very transactional
and very one-sided.
If I'm having a Valentine's Day party, right, and I want my friends to be there, of course, but like you said, Thomas, you need to be trying to get everybody else to pay for this shit too. Don't just continue to hit me on my head and make me feel bad about if I can't come, or if you can't come, I'm going to make you feel bad about it. That's not cool. You need to be trying to find somebody else who want to listen to your raps, who want to support your podcast, who want to listen to your YouTube channel, whatever. Get somebody else to do the shit. Don't just look at me. I'm not the only person. It kind of feel like you robbing your friends. It kind of feel like you're robbing your friends. It's like, I have to support your business
every drop.
Just because you a barber nigga don't mean I have to get my hair cut from you.
That's a fact, though.
That's honest.
It is.
They go for like hairstyles too. Just because you do hair don't mean you gotta do my hair.
I feel like this is a great time to take a turn. It's in the direction of it, but a little different coming from the consumer standpoint. When do you give grace to a business? Because we're talking about this, we're in an era where each of us know about 4-5 friends that have businesses that do services XYZ. At what point, like, stemming from what you said earlier, you may have a friend that's a painter. Like, your paint is shitty. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
When do you give grace to be like, okay, I'm gonna give them that time to get better at their craft? Or if your friend is a barber, it may not be hitting them corners like you need to be hitting them corners. But I cause that's personal to me. I have one of my very close friends. He's a barber.
Yeah.
And he's been a barber for the past like 3-4 years. But one thing about me, I ain't never played about my haircut. So I was like, at first I was like, I'm gonna get my haircut over here in Atlanta, and I'm gonna let you get a little better. But then I had to realize, like, okay, I did let him get to a certain point. Now you get finished barber school and all of that. You finna fuck me up. But even when he finished, there were certain things I didn't like. I'm like, my other barber do this better, and I had to realize you haven't communicated any of that to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're expecting this nigga to read your mind, to drop fade over here and over here like Buddy do cross town, but you never said that.
Yeah.
And so when I realized, I'm like, my boy just starting out, and I still want to support. So let me give some feedback. And we were able to build a rapport. And now all my shits is top tier. You know what I'm saying? But I realized, I was like, had I not had that conversation, or just was like, let me stop getting my haircuts over here, that would have never happened. And so I think sometimes too, we have to, especially when we're getting service and products from our friends, give them that constructive feedback as well. It's all about how you say it.
Yeah.
But we have to give that grace because we have a lot of new entrepreneurs now.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything if you did not ask me.
Okay.
If you rapping, if you making YouTube videos, you got a podcast, you detail cars, you do nails, cut hair, I don't know, whatever you do. If you don't ask me about it, I'm not giving my opinion about it. People are very sensitive about their art now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
right?
true.
And
but
go ahead.
I mean, I get that. Not if you're not asked, then don't tell. But like you was just saying, like your friend who's been a barber for X amount of years now, he may have needed that.
Right.
Yeah, you know, and I think everybody deserves that grace when they're first starting out.
Right.
Like, you know, when I was writing 5 years ago, it's not the same how I'm writing now. You know, like, and it took hard criticism for me to like understand, okay, you know, this might hit a little different if I say this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I think it just also depends on who it comes from too. Because you can't take advice from everybody.
Hello.
Like,
That's real shit.
you can't.
I also think as far as the question of when do you give people grace, I think a lot can be done when people are transparent in their journeys too, because it's like, for example, like using your friend, you know, hey, I'm just starting out. Right. Bear with me as I you know, versus trying to come out the gate swinging and pretending that you have all of this experience, having this like almost like prideful energy.
Right.
Okay, but it's not that good. So maybe humble yourself a little bit. Right. So humility is always important. And then like depending on the product or service, it's like for me, when it comes to a corporation, ain't no grace to be given. Fuck them corporations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's that. But when it comes to these mom and pops, when it comes to these small businesses, I know for a fact you're doing this on your own. Mm-hmm. I automatically am going to give you an amount of grace. So say, for example, I'm ordering, you know, I don't know, a dress from a local boutique. My friend and started a boutique. I know it's just you in that basement with the inventory. I don't expect 2-day shipping like your Amazon. And I think some people be so excited to down people who have these small businesses. You know good and damn well that it's just them. Why are you writing nasty comments? It took me 2 weeks to get this hat. Okay. They had to make it by hand. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. So I think people need to be more conscious of the business that is coming from and things that's going on. Now,
some of the business
now there will come a time.
Yeah, there will come a time
where people need their ass whooped. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm personally not in the community of people that gets their hair done, but I've seen it. I've seen the conversations from afar. And it just don't make me want to get my hair done at all. Like I do my own hair, and I'm glad I do because it's been getting crazy. Yeah. So again, I understand, sister girl, that you don't have a license. I'm not even saying that all of the hairstylists you need to have a license. You need to be, you know, without the licensure, I feel like it's definitely giving a lot of, you know, hairstylists the opportunity to do more hair. It's cool, but understand this, sister. If you're not gonna have a license, you're going to have something else. Yeah. If you're not going to do that, then you might want to do that. If you're not going to wash the hair, trim the hair, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to do all of these things, maybe your prices don't need to be $3,000. Yeah. Right. Hello? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the tea. Some of these bitches need a damn a wake-up call.
Yeah, reality check.
A reality check. Because who the fuck?
They the main culprits. They hairstylists.
They like who you think you is? You think you Beyonce?
Y'all getting robbed. Yeah, I see insane. The TikToks here and there and the Instagram, and I feel bad for y'all guys. We going through our era of inflation for the cuts because haircuts was $15 for 53
years.
Like,
so
it was only a matter of time before niggas started, because now we're in the $50 cut era, and niggas is like, what do you mean $50? But somebody explained on TikTok, they like, nigga, your haircut has been $15 since your granddaddy was getting haircuts in his 20s. Niggas need to live. And I'm like, you know what?
Niggas do need to live.
You're kind of right.
Yeah.
Niggas do need to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot where I was going.
But I'm saying, like, on top of all the things that you're not having and doing, then you got the nerve to be mad when somebody pointed out.
Right.
The fuck?
And then you don't want to give your deposit back.
Like, something's got to give.
Yeah. Like, if you cancel my appointment, why can't I get my deposit back?
Hello.
That's insane.
I seen a girl go to court, civil court, and won.
And that's exactly what needs
to happen.
That's what they need to do.
Because if you go $250,
$250,
and hello,
she said I'm not wasting my day for $250.
She took her ass to court and she won.
Hello.
Over $250.
Absolutely. She said, bitch, it's the principle.
It's civil court. But somebody got to teach the lesson, though, Jay.
Yeah.
Somebody got to go to court.
Because they're doing too much.
That.
You know what? She might have need that $250 for.
Exactly.
Right. She said she walked to the damn appointment, so she don't even got a car.
Well, you got your priorities fucked up.
Yeah.
You need to do your own shit.
Well.
If you asking Gerald, but I'm just saying. You can't walk to no appointment and get upset about two.
It might have just been local. Like it might have just been a close
I
walk.
gotta sound bad like that.
It was.
I'm
Maybe
just
it
saying.
wasn't.
I mean, no, it is what
She walked past to the courthouse though.
But here's the thing, also, and I'm just gonna have to say, everybody don't need a business.
Everybody.
I get it, baby. I get it. You want to do this thing. You want to be an entrepreneur, boss babe.
Way to do it.
You know, but when has anybody ever asked you for, fashion advice, hair advice, anything? What makes you think that you need to drop this? Because sometimes I'll be looking at it like, okay.
Okay, are we shitting on dreams though?
I was just about to say maybe that's their
dream. I feel
dream.
like you're a big dream shitter, Gerald. Now
I'm just more of a realist person.
I am too. I'm not. I think there's a difference between somebody who's in the beginning stages of something that they clearly are putting that work into, and somebody who's just doing something because they want to say that they're doing it, and because it's the thing to be an entrepreneur. Yes, it's the thing to say like, oh, I got my own business, and it is admirable, but it's also admirable to go to work and make your living however you want. You don't have to be the quote unquote entrepreneur to get some respect in the streets. I'm just saying, like, and because just to say you got an LLC, like, okay, we can all file for the $100. We can all do it.
It's
well,
culture,
what are you doing?
It's the culture. Our culture says that you cannot make it without having a business. You would just be a working slave. I seen something on YouTube yesterday that said, "Is content creation a new 9 to 5? Is it the new slave ship?" And I said, "Damn, y'all looking at the content creation like that? Because I know a lot of content creators, and I'm just because I'm on the other side of it, and I'm not really on that shit like that. I still consume content, so I am supporting it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, everybody don't need to do the shit if you're bad at it. Somebody got to tell you.
Yeah.
But keep doing your thing.
But
that's numbers gonna tell you.
But that's also a thing.
Yeah.
Because people are starting to see more content creators. They're starting to see, oh, brand deals this, brand deals that. Now I start seeing people also trying to, and this is not shade, because I am a content creator. I know this can sound shady. It's not. All of y'all also don't need to be content creators. I am so sorry to bust that goddamn bubble. Because even when we're talking about things like the lifestyle content, I see it on my feed. Here's how you can become viral by doing the lifestyle content. Here's how you can. Let me tell you something.
Make content about how to make content.
It's insane. And let me just tell you this: there is no magic formula for you to become a sensation. Now, yes, there are things you can do for your videos to do well and for you to get more followers. But when we're talking about longevity, when we're talking about having a personality that is known, when we're talking about having content that stands the test of time, you just have to have it in you. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta have that shit in you. Because a lot of these people who pop fast, who is following all these trendy things, they also drop fast too. I see it happen so often. If that's not what you are really into, if you're not gonna be creative, don't do it. The creativity is the main part that makes people spark and change. Even when we're talking about comedy content creators, the people who be stealing their content, and I see it and I clock it every time.
Come on, Cat Williams. Come on, Cat Williams. Come on, Cat Williams.
I've been a victim. They never last because this is not your shit.
Come on.
That's not your shit. You didn't come up with that, so you don't have the longevity to continue to do this shit because it's not coming from you.
Yeah.
Do y'all think big podcasters feel threatened by smaller podcasts like us?
I don't think so.
Do y'all think big rappers are threatened by smaller rappers?
That I think so.
Do y'all think big content creators are threatened by the small ones?
I think that
it's the same conversation, y'all.
Maybe not in general, but I think people who feel like they don't have any sense of self do, because what a smaller content creator is doing ain't got shit to do with me because I'm in my own lane. Same thing with rappers. These older rappers like Jay-Z, like they've had their long career. Yeah. Why am I scared of Lil Pump coming out with a popular song right now when I have a career standing? I think it's all about like not being self-secured. And I can understand it, especially if you've been working in the music industry, like, damn, like I still haven't reached my peak yet. Then I see this new rapper who got a famous song on TikTok.
And it's trendy.
It's trendy. Yeah. That don't really mean nothing. No, that's them and that's their lane and that's what happened.
Yep.
I don't know, get in the studio.
Stick and stay with your art. Work on your art. Stop worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
think
I'm
that's
saying,
what it
right?
boiled down to.
That's what it boiled down to. Focus on your own podcast. Focus on your own cuts. Like Thomas said, you need to make these corners sharp, nigga. Work on your craft. And that's it. And that's all you gotta do.
That's
I'm
it.
not gonna worry about you. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about your podcast. I'm not gonna worry about anything anybody else do. Just focus on what I got going on. Make that shit better. And the numbers will not lie.
Yeah, because that's when they really start becoming haters. Because, whoa, what are we talking about? Like, wait a minute, that sounds like hate, right? Oh, you're mad.
But Camila, you hit on a really good point before. It's like you have to be whatever you're doing, whatever lane you're in. You have to be creative at it. Everybody's gonna do this shit one way. If you figure out how to do this shit, it don't even got to be drastically different.
Yeah.
But if you can do something just a little bit different than what 100 million people are doing, people are gonna love you for it. And if that different thing is something that's a part of your personality, or just how you do stuff, or how you talk, or how you walk, or how you put shit together, how you put shit on, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna give you that cult following because they like this shit is different, this shit authentic. I haven't seen this before. But if you're just doing everything everybody else is doing, the same trend because it's trendy, eventually you're gonna get out of gas. You may get a video or two that go viral, but it's like she said, it's not gonna sustain you throughout an actual career or with real longevity. So we talked about a wealth of topics. I think we had some really good conversations. You know what I'm saying?
We know it's been a while.
Yeah, and to our viewers, drop some comments, man. Give us some feedback. We've been talking about feedback. We love feedback.
We want the feedback.
We want to see a little bit of this, a less of that. Hit us up in the DMs, get in the comments on YouTube. Give us feedback because we're in business too. We're trying to make it. You know,
your podcast. Shout yourself out as well. We want to support podcasts and small businesses. We love business,
and we would love to collaborate with small businesses.
Yes.
We can help each other.
We love a collab.
You know what I'm saying? Let's make this reciprocal. You know,
for sure.
Nigga, nah.
That's essentially what it is with the business. I see your business. Salute.
Well, all right, y'all. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Make sure you guys are following us on all platforms at Too Funny for Free, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.